Hello friends, welcome to SARVAGYA. This is a platform which is an umbrella platform for every type of competitive exams. You name it and we will provide you. So first we will be starting with the Civil Services UPSC examination. We all know that Civil Services is conducted every year by UPSC, and apart from that there are other examinations also which are related to that, like state services examinations, some of the central government examinations like railway, SSC, etc. So the basic skeleton of the UPSC examination is about general awareness. Then in prelims, but after that you have expressive test of mains. But here we will be dealing more with the prelims. The benefit for preparation of UPSC civil services is that everything under the sun you will be knowing by the end of the preparation. I cannot, no one can guarantee you that you will know everything, but at least if you know 50% of those things, it will be helpful in any competitive examination you are going to face in your life. So let's begin with our first thing. This is me, Rahul Agrawal. About me, I am a BTech Mechanical Engineer from NIT Trichy. I passed in 2013. Then I worked as an assistant manager in Tata Motors, which is a very reputed company. You all might be knowing it. Then I was selected for Indian Air Force as a pilot, but I left it because of family constraints. Now I am preparing for Civil Services UPSC examination. In this video, we will be talking about, sorry, this is my contact number 8109124460. You can WhatsApp me or can contact me if you have any doubt. So first thing first, we'll be dealing with art and culture. What is art and culture? Art and culture is an offshoot of history, which includes lots of things. It includes architecture, it includes literature, it includes modern contemporary art and culture things. First of all, let me tell you what is the importance of art and culture in our syllabus. If you see the syllabus, you will find it that art and culture is very vague, ambiguous. Everything under the sun is considered to be the part of art and culture. Now let's talk about the importance of art and culture in our UPSC examination or in any other examination. Every year, if you see, minimum 10 to 15 marks come from this topic. You see state services, you see UPSC, you see railway or any other exam in which you have GK. Now, the importance of art and culture is, first of all, we get to know about India, its history, its medieval, what is there in the history of India, what is there in the medieval era, and what is going in the contemporary era. First of all, we will be talking about ancient history. Then we have, so we will be dealing with the ancient history, we'll be dealing with the medieval history, and then we'll be dealing with the contemporary history. So basically, if you see, it is a part of history, and we always consider history to be very boring, and it is very vast also. But in this program, how we will make it more jovial and more interactive? This can be done. First of all, you have to connect your things in and around. If you see lots of places, you see lots of monuments. Suppose if a person hails from a Delhi, he will find monuments like Qutub Minar. He will see Jantar Mantar, he will see a Red Fort, etc., etc. If some person comes from a western region, then he will be suppose say Maharashtra, then he will be seeing Aurangabad, he will be seeing Ellora temples, Ajanta caves, Ellora caves. If someone comes from Madhya Pradesh, he will be seeing Khajuraho temples. If someone comes from Chhattisgarh, he will be seeing Sirpur temples. So there are ample of places. So first of all, if you have visited this place and you have good observation skills, you will be finding it very jovial, very interactive, and you will be connecting things in and around yourself to relate it to how it is important in perspective of art and culture. Culture basically means the way of life, way of life. It is very dynamic. we all see that in and around we find various cultures. Within our families we find various cultures. Say a Punjabi family, a Haryani family, a Delite will be having different cultures. Now a person who is in Bangalore, he see that a person who is coming from Dharwad area, he will be more touched with the culture of Kannada culture, but Bangalore culture is now becoming more cosmopolitan. So you see, culture is a very dynamic concept, and it is kind of intangible thing. So this is also again an important perspective of mains, because it is expressive, it is philosophical. But if a prelims part comes, then you have to mug up all the things, including the various dance forms, the various cultures, various cuisines, and other things are whichever are relevant in the examination you will be giving. So we will be dealing about culture. So here comes the culture part, and it includes architecture also. The architecture forms. In the architecture, we will be dealing with the uh, cascading sequence of how the temples modified. I will tell you everything about temples. Then the contemporary architecture, which you all might be knowing, that Chandigarh design of Chandigarh. Then we have Luton's Delhi. You might have observed that Rashtrapati Bhavan. So I will link this lively things which you always see in your daily life and news and other channels, and then I will tell you that how art and culture is relevant in that perspective. So I will try to make it as more interactive session without boring you guys. So in this way you will be able to retain it more effectively, and in examination hall you will be not realizing that yes, I forgot those things, but yeah, I have done something research in that. So basically we will be analyzing everything, and try to make it more interactive, and so that you need not feel that I am mugging up everything. So let's start with the first pillar of art and culture. Okay, so this is your first pillar of art and culture. We will be discussing about various dance forms. So we all know that there are numerous type of dance forms like Bharatnatyam, Kuchipudi, South Indian dance forms, then North Indian dance forms. Then we have some for classical as well as folk dances. In dance forms, we have two types. We have a classical and a folk dance form. In a broader perspective, we can say that. Now, important difference about classical and folk dance, I will tell you after we complete the classical and folk dance both. You will also realize that yes, these were the differences. Now, in prelims point of view, what is more important is that to remember the names of the dance forms and the places where these dance forms are practiced. Now, what are their importance historically and at present day? Now, the way of memorizing these things would be related to, I mean, the pedagogy method, the teaching method will be related to what are the differences and the similarities between various dance forms that we'll be discussing. So I will tell you in a comparative analysis that what are the differences and what are the similarities. So here is a comparative table I have prepared. This is including classical dance forms. Classical dance forms. Now in India, you have to remember one thing, that whatever will be the classical dances, they will be included in one thing, which is that one thing. That one thing is Sangeet Natya Shastra. ठीक है तो these all forms of classical dances are included in Sangeet Natya Shastra, and is accredited by the Indian Ministry of Culture, that whether it should be included in the classical form or not. Like recently, if you see, this dance form Satariya is been included in classical dance forms. Earlier it was not there. Now let's do the first I will tell you all the names. So we have Bharatnatyam, we have Kathak, we have Bharatnatyam, we have Kathak, we have Kathakali, we have Mohiniyattam, we have Odisha, Manipuri, Satariya and Kuchipudi. So overall we have at present total 8 classical dance forms. So now we'll discuss about Bharatnatyam. Bharatnatyam is the place of origin of Bharatnatyam is basically Tanjore and Tamil Nadu. You all know what is Tamil Nadu? Where is Tamil Nadu? Sorry. The place of origin is Tamil Nadu, and it was initiated by Sarobji II. He was a Maratha king and was initially performed by Natukars. Okay, so this is now we will discuss Kathak. Kathak is a dance form that is basically performed in North India. It, it is initiated during Bhakti and Sufi times and is performed nearby regions of Vrindavan. Now, the next one is Kathakali. Kathakali is also known as Ramattam. It is its original name. Now, it is also called Kathakali, but it is performed in Kerala. Kerala. Now we have Mohiniyattam. Mohiniyattam is also performed in Kerala, and it was supposed to be the combination of Bharatnatyam and Kathakali. Now you have to remember that Kathakali came first and then thereafter Mohiniyattam came. I will tell you the history of Kathakali and Mohiniyattam. There was a tussle between the two kings who were in demand of performing, demand of selecting the Kathakali dancers. So the king who was a patron, the king who was patron was not willing to give away his performers. So the other king, he came up with an idea of Mohiniyattam. Okay. Now we have our next dance form, Odissi of Odisha, that is called Odissi. The patrons were Kharavela kings. The other form is Manipuri. It is performed in Manipur oriental border with India, Burma and India border. I mean the Burma, that is present day Myanmar, and India border with Manipur. This was originated there. Now we have Satariya dance. Satariya dance is basically performed in Assam area. Okay, it is performed in Assam area. The other one is Kuchipudi dance. Kuchipudi dance, we all know it is from Andhra Pradesh. It is from Andhra Pradesh. Okay. Now I will tell you one thing. There are 5 classical dances. How many? 5. 5 number of classical dances which are associated with 5 different elements. So this is a most frequent question that is asked in various competitive examinations. Like if you see, those 5 elements are fire, sky, air, water and earth. Fire is associated with Bharatnatyam, sky is associated with Kathakali, air is associated with Mohiniyattam, Odissi is associated with water, and Kuchipudi is associated with earth. So you have to remember this thing. Okay, so now I will be telling you about each and every classical dance form. So we will start with Bharatnatyam. As you can see over here, these are the various mudras and positions and stances. This is the type of dress that they wear. You see, this is plated sarees and it is very simple, but the jewelries you will find, jewelries are they are also called temple jewelries. This is the uniqueness. Now you see Bharatnatyam, the name originates from combining Bha, Ra, Ta and Natyam, which includes Bhav, Rag, Tal and drama. Now Bharatnatyam is also can be said as named after Bharatnatya Shastra, which is Bharata's Natya Shastra. He was a sage. Now the geometry, you will see there is a little use of hips. Then eye movement is unique. Now as I said, the temple jewelries, so this you can find over here. Now, Rukmani Devi Arundale is also known as a revivalist.